Samsung Group is a South Korean international manufacturing organization headquartered in Samsung-town, Seoul, South Korea, and it was innovated by Lee Byung-chul as a trading company. Samsung flagship affiliates include Samsung Electronics, as well as Samsung Engineering and Samsung TNT Corporators.
Now I want to present about explain in depth a tool in technology management. Pattern analysis is one way to manage a company's management strategy and process of product and service development. Pattern analysis can also be divided in three types of technology management function. First, acquisition. Second, identification. And third, protection. Pattern analysis consists of four main processes. First, pattern search. A company must establish a database of its own pattern. Second, categorization. A pattern search should be based upon pattern groups or classification. Third, visualization by using software such as Eureka. Fourth, integration of data into strategic decision making. First, the type of protection. Second, a number of strategic issues such as technology investment and acquisition. There are two potential barriers to implementing copyright analysis. First, because of the expiration involved in this process. Second, companies may manage copyright information for legal purpose only the private filing firms.
Explain when and why the tool is used. So, Samsung Electronic Company is a Korean electronic that manufacture for a consumer, especially for a Samsung user, which is like smartphone, television, tablet, digital camera, audio component, home appliance, and else. So, when and why the tool is used. So, when a company or organization introduce a new product, the patent is usually the first published proof of establishment in a public domain. So, patents are essential protection for any innovation-driven company that has a substantial intellectual property right culture. Patent analysis will involve for three management activity, which is acquisition, identification, and protection. So, first thing first, we will discuss about acquisition. Acquisition relates to how the company will obtain the technology needed for its business, and basically for acquisition we have some two method, which is internal or external acquisition. For internal, the company will always use for R&D, which is research and development process. And for external, we have a lot of method. First is purchasing, number two is subcontracting or outsourcing contracted out of R&D, number three is licensing, and number four is alliances. Number two is identification. Identification is about mental or local technology and their important business plan. In identification, we have several process, and number one is technology auditing. Number two is forecasting technology, markets, and external environment. Number three, identification of organizational capability. And number four is documenting and disseminating the information. Finally, we have protection. Protection means protecting information and information embedded in products, services, or production processes. Several processes in protection, which is number one is identify and measuring technology asset. Number two is IP portfolio management. Number three is managing knowledge workers and their IP. And number four is managing IP in open innovation or technology collaborations.
Okay, so moving on to the process of using pattern analysis. Pattern analysis involves four main steps, which are pattern search, categorization, visualization, and also integration of data into strategic decision making. Okay, and then pattern search referring to a company which have to establish a database of its own patent. Followed by categorization, which are pattern search that should be based upon pattern groups or classification. Next, visualization, which are a process conducted by using software. And lastly, integration of data into strategic decision making refers to a number of strategy issues such as technology investments and acquisition. Okay, in terms of the usage of pattern search, okay, Samsung was fueled by Lee Byung-chul in 1938 with only 30 people of workers. Okay, in the beginning, Samsung only produced dry fruits, noodles, and dry fish business. As the company kept on rising, they started doing some other business such as insurance, security, and retail. In 1969, Samsung comes into electronic industry. And after that, in between year 1996 to 1998, Samsung has a huge name in the CDMA field, and Samsung has market as much as 57% of the CDMA market. Okay, as for categorization, Samsung Electronics, as the largest subsidiary, makes a huge range of products ranging for the electronic consumers, such as TVs, tablets, smartwatches, virtual reality headsets, home theater and audio, and many more. Samsung also involves in heavy industries, biologics, display, and many more. Okay, next, visualization used in Samsung are mostly using Google's Android operating system, but a few models use Microsoft Windows Phone operating system or Samsung's own BIDA operating system. Okay, to the last step of process of using pattern analysis, which is integration of data into strategic decision making. Samsung has a diversified product portfolio that caters to a huge group of customers, including individual customers for various segments as well as corporate customers that Verizon. However, there are emerging opportunities in several areas. Samsung has made several acquisitions in its history. This acquisition has helped the company strengthen their position in the electronics and smartphone industries. Thank you.
So we continue for an example of how the tool is used in a company context. Right, Samsung is a giant technology that has dominated global market for a decade. In terms of automotive technology, Samsung has become the 5th largest engineer in the last decade. Samsung Electronics has been among the top 10 engineers over the past decade in many areas, right? For example, in 2003, trees led to 50 new patents, and in 2004, one project called DVD saved Samsung more than 100 million.
When Samsung introduced a new project, the first confirmation are they publish their invention in a public are usually patent, and copyright protect the creator's right to use their invention and therefore prohibit anyone in the established use. Therefore, there are so many things that Samsung invent in the next 5 to 10 years.
For reference, we use two types of reference, namely book reference and internet reference. As you can see, this is some internet reference and one book reference that we use in our assignment. As you can see here are some pictures that shows the innovations produced by Samsung company. On the left shows the various types of products that Samsung has eliminated so far this year in 2021. While on the right side shows Samsung introduced latest innovation for a better normal in 2021. That's all the presentation from our group. Hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.